I'm kind of back to like, how do people perceive me? But I feel like I focus so much on how other people perceive me because like maybe I don't have like a solid identity or sense of self. And so I'm like wondering like how other people see me and like worried about that because I'm trying to like create an identity and I'm not doing it internally. I'm like seeing how people view me externally and then like building an identity off that, which is
So what do you feel like your identity is based on that?
Wait, what?
Like, if you're forming it based on other people, what do you feel like the identity is then right now?
It's like maybe like people pleasing.
Where it's like Aimee will people please? Like other people think you will, so you do? Or you do so that other people will think a certain way?
I think like I used to be such a people pleaser and it's like destroyed me. And so now I'm kind of like going the opposite way. Not like on purpose. Not like people displeasing or like trying to make people mad at me. But I think I am like almost like trying to like push the limits, you know? Like even though it's so little, like posting that photo yesterday, like knowing that there's like guys following me who like are maybe trying to pursue me and like posting that when like there's nothing going on with me and that guy, it's like it's a little like it's like what message am I trying to send? Like for me I just posted it because like it was a memory and when I like go through my Instagram in a year I want to like be able to look back at my photos and be like, oh yeah, that was like October for me.
Yeah, because you did experience
that.
that.
It's just like documenting my life, but I'm like, but when other people see it, like what are they gonna think?
Yeah. That's so interesting because it's so easy to get caught in that. I mean, I think everyone for the most part does that. I think I finally reached a point where like I just don't care about Instagram, where I'm like, there's not anyone that I'm like super interested in that I would even care what they thought, and if they thought a certain way about me because I posted something that was real, then I'd be like, okay, if you think weirdly about it, then like I can't do anything about that. That's just how I lived my life.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm like wanting to get, and as I like let go of like what social media used to mean to me, it's like I'm trying to let go of it, and it's like the final like claws in me are like they're strong. Like I'm seeing like, okay, these are like my blocks with social media. This is why I struggle with it.
Yeah.
Because I am worried about how people perceive me and like what photos I share, like what image I'm projecting.
Yeah.
But I don't want to care about that. Like I want to use it just to document my life, and like if people want to follow me and see my life, great. But like if not, I don't want to take it personally.
Yeah. Yeah, because the people that see it should like see you authentically on Instagram. Like when you first posted that photo that I commented on, it was like, okay, if I post authentically, it attracts the right people and it weeds out the wrong people.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm posting for something, it's funny because you never actually get that thing either. It's like, I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Right.
And I posted it for hoping something would happen.
Yeah.
And then nothing happened. It was like,
yeah.
Okay, now I feel less seen.
Yeah.
Because I posted for some unknown thing or person or expectation, and now
I'm
being left with disappointment. Like, I was hoping that person would reach out or this or that, and it's like, once I was just like, I'm not expecting anyone to reach out when I post. I'm not expecting anyone to reply when I post a story. I'm not expecting anyone to like the story or say anything. It's just like, post it because I wanted to post it. If someone replies, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's like a surprise.
Yeah,
like, oh yeah,
nice.
people are seeing
sweet.
this.
Yeah. So social media is such an interesting. I mean, it's all just a reflection at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It just reflects like how you feel, where you're at, and for me, it's like this desire to like not really be seen in a certain way. I feel like is reflected on social media because I'm just like if someone looked at my Instagram, I'm like, I don't know what they would think because I don't. It's not like I'm trying to be a specific thing or energy. Like I'm not trying to be a yogi. I'm not trying to be this. I'm not trying to be a community leader. It's like I'm more than that, so I don't even want to like come off as that. If anything, I like try to post stuff to throw people off, where they like have to get to know me to be like, oh, you're not that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, even just like talking about it is helping me
Yeah.
a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Now we can lead into the podcast, which I was thinking about it. You can actually start off with stuff like this and then edit it in.
Yes.
And so it's like you're chatting and then you just like, when there's like a stopping point and then you go into a new subject, you could just throw this in.
Yeah.
And if all the like subjects that you talk about have like endpoints, then you can just clip this, throw it in, and no one will know.
Yeah, and it helps like ease into it.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, welcome to the Good Intentions Club. Well, I guess it's not the Good Intentions Club. Yeah. Welcome to the podcast. Yeah. No one will know. Like, you could literally do that at the end, and people still wouldn't know, which is pretty cool.
The power of editing.
I know.
Twisting reality.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty
Bending
much
reality.
That's what editing is.
To what you want it to be.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's wild that you can literally just twist it to make someone perceive something a certain way, and you're like, that's just how it is. I'm like, no, it's not. If anything, like, I assume that a video on Instagram is not what it is. Like, there's some outside energy that I don't see.
Yeah.
Like, changes. It's editing. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, let's start. Welcome to Journey Back to Love podcast. I'm pretty sure that's what I want to roll with, the name. So we'll roll with it. I'm here with Aimee.
Hi.
Aimee, try to like introduce yourself in just like a few short sentences. In the essence of like how you live your life, what you believe, where you're at.
How I live my life. Right now I live my life in a very floaty way with some structure. I would say I'm in a very like open, just like floaty phase of my life. But it's helpful. I have like some things that ground me.
Yeah.
Like holding space. I love doing that. Like I'm so excited to start doing that on Thursdays. And like having some routine. But yeah, I'd say I'm a floater right now. I'm a yogi also. That's how I found Josh.
Yoga
Through
from
free yoga. And right now in my life, I'm really working on self-love and acceptance.
Yeah. What does that look like?
I just have this like really mean voice in my head, like an inner critic that just kind of like silently like judges everything I do and like overthinks everything and I'm just like so critical of myself. And then there's a part of me that like wants to like rebel against that voice and like continue to do the things that I like judge myself for. But then I like judge myself, so it's like, yeah, I'm really working on my relationship with myself.
Yeah.
And like trying to live life for me and not worrying so much about what everyone else thinks. But it's hard. Like we're a social species.
Yeah.
So like of course we care what everyone thinks. But I feel like I'm really trying to build like a solid, stable identity and like opinion of myself so that if people like think highly of me and compliment me, it's like, great. Like I feel the same way. And if people like judge me and point out my flaws and see like my shadow, I'm like, yeah, I also own and embrace that too. Yeah. Like I have a lot of light and I have a lot of darkness. Like I think I'm really like seeing my shadow and accepting it when I used to just like beat the shit out of myself for having a shadow side.
I know everyone's so used to perfection that it's like, shadow? What? You can't have a shadow, not in this world, not in this life. Like,
yeah, but then the shadow, like it will creep out in ways. Like if you don't like acknowledge it and let it be channeled in a healthy way, it will come out in like unhealthy ways that feel uncontrollable.
Yeah. And then people will view you as your shadow. When those come out and you can't control it, they're like, oh, you're this. And you're like, no, that was my shadow. And I'm sorry that came out, and I'm sorry I was unaware of it. And like taking accountability of seeing yourself in that way is so powerful. It's like, for me recently, with my last partner, hurting her and like feeling like I used her and not knowing or seeing it until hindsight, and she brings it up and she's like, I feel used. And me just trying to stay accountable to me is like, okay, how did I show up in that way? And like, why did it happen? And looking at my shadow and being like, oh God, I was trying to like numb out and like fill a void of loneliness and sadness that I was feeling. And I used connection and love to do it, and not being like, no, I didn't do that. Like, you're wrong and this and that. It was like, I absolutely did do that. And I'm sorry. And like, if you want to view me in a certain light, that's totally valid. All I can do is take accountability and apologize for something. Like, I do feel bad. I felt horrible that I did that. And it was a blessing because it made me reflect on all these past experiences that like my shadow came out. And I didn't know it was my shadow. I thought it was me just experiencing life and me just wanting connection and me just wanting to date. And then looking back at me, like, oh no, I connected with that girl because I was lonely and I was filling a void and I used her. And that girl, I used her too for this. And this other girl, I used her. And just being honest and being like, I'm not a horrible horrible person. I was just an unconscious, unaware person. And now that I'm aware of it, it's like, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to hurt someone in that way. Like, making someone feel used is awful. So like, I love that you're in a place, which I think I wish I could just give that gift to everyone else of like, look at your shadow. It is literally the thing that will give you answers and clarity to all of your life.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, your shadow specifically, like, what do you feel like are things that you've looked at that once like giving them the light of day by looking at them and bringing awareness to them has actually like brought you to a better place, a more present place, a more loving place?
Like what are my shadow
What aspects of your shadows from your past that you've like observed and sat with?
Well, this kind of has to do with what you were saying about like hurting your last partner. Like, I think that, I don't know if this is like a shadow trait necessarily. I think it probably is. But like, I was kind of telling you this earlier. Like, I feel like I live in my own world and it's just like me. Like, everything's about me. And I forget that like I'm impacting other people by just existing.
Yeah.
Like, whether I like it or not, like, I am like a part of people's life. And I think I like isolated myself for so long and like didn't let myself have close friends and close connection because I think I was like, it's just easier if I just like stay in my own world and don't affect other people and don't let them affect me. But like that comes with its own challenges. Like, it's lonely and isolating and unhealthy. So it's definitely worth it to have connection. But like, I think I just like live in my own world and think about myself a lot. And like, sometimes I like don't consider other people in their feelings. It's like I either like consider other people more than myself, like too much to a detriment, or I don't consider them at all, and I end up hurting them.
Yeah, I feel that.
So it's like, what's the balance? Because right now it seems pretty black and white. Either it's all about me or it's all about them.
Yeah, because it's like, well, I do need to focus on me. I think it's coming down to like recognizing what you feel responsible for, or what you even are responsible for, where it's like, okay, if I say something to someone, I'm going to like take accountability and responsibility for what I say. And so if I tell someone I'm going to hang out with them and then I pull out and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do me, I'm in my own world, and they feel hurt by that, that's not on them to just sit with it. Obviously they'll have to sit with it regardless, but like I can show up and be like, hey, sorry about that. That was inconsiderate. I want to live in integrity of like what I say I do, like promises I make I follow through with, but I'm also just being completely honest where it's like, hey, I don't want to like go out into the world today. I need to do me. And if you feel bugged or hurt that it's like, oh, you don't want to come hang out or this or that, I'm like, I love you, but that's yours. That's not mine. You need to honor and respect that like I do need to be in my own world today. And there are times where like I need to recharge so I can actually step back out and make a positive impact. Or else I'll just continue negatively impacting people.
That's
and like
so
promising
true.
that I'll show up and hang out and promising that I'll do this and then constantly being like, I'm in my own world. I don't care about anyone else. And then I constantly hurt people. And for me, it's like, I just need to be honest. Like, what world do I need to be in? Do I need to like go be out in the world, or do I need to be with me? Because there is an aspect of like when you're with you, your whole world should be you. Mm-hmm. And it, like no one else should matter in that moment. Like someone could be like, hey, I need a car ride. And then you just have to weigh like, okay, do I sacrifice me time to go give a car ride, or do I really need to sit with me? And if the answer is go give them a car ride, then it's like, okay, cool. And I don't know. I feel like it all comes down to discerning just like what's the people pleasing and what's the truth.
Yeah.
Do you actually need rest and time away? Or do you have the capacity to show up and you're just like wanting to push people away? And that's hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's been one of my biggest struggles.
Yeah. Like at yoga yesterday, the last question, what's your coping mechanism? Or something like that. I like thought about it for a long time. I didn't know what to say. Then this guy was like, I'll go. I think mine is isolation. And I was like, that. Because I kept thinking like, oh, maybe it's smoking weed. Maybe it's like scrolling, ignoring people. Like I couldn't like pinpoint it, but he said isolation. And I was like, that is my coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Like I just like push everyone and everything out. And sometimes you need to do that. And sometimes it just makes it worse. Because then you're like, you're perpetuating the narrative that like you don't like deserve connection, or I don't know. I don't really know the narrative, but it's just like, I just know it doesn't make me feel any better. Sometimes it's healthy, and sometimes I'm like, damn, I feel worse. Like I thought this would make me feel better if I was just in my own world, but I actually like feel so alone. Like I feel even more unseen.
Yeah, I feel like, and maybe you can resonate with this. I feel like when you isolate, there's a desire to just not be seen. And then when you're taking time for you, there's a desire to see yourself. And those are two very different things. Like when I'm feeling like hurt by the world or feeling like I don't want to see people and I want to isolate, it's like someone looking me in the eyes is like, oh, that's too much. I just want to avoid being seen. And then there's like, I'm exhausted. I haven't given time to me. Like, I haven't been dating me. I haven't been like giving myself rest and all these things. And then pushing people away and saying, hey, I'll come back when I can. I need to go look at myself real quick. Like, and I need to take time with me. And it's so funny because it's such a drastic difference between the two, and the feeling of like, because I've been doing the opposite. I used to isolate so much, and now I'm isolating out of not wanting to push people away, where I'm like, no, I love people. When I go see them, I'm like, sick. This is awesome. I have no desire to not be seen. My desire lately has just been like, I want to sit with me and see me and build that relationship, and I can't do it by being around people. Like, and when I feel triggered, my trigger is go hang out with someone and go talk to someone. Like when a trigger happens and it's like, I want to push away, that's when it's like, okay, maybe I should do the opposite of that. So for me lately, it's been like, oh, you could go chat with someone. You could go hang out. You could go do a class. You could do this. And it's like, that's me trying to cope, which points me in the direction of like, oh, I really know I need to sit with myself now. If I'm like craving to just like escape by connecting and being around people, when isolation, it's like, oh, I'm craving to just get away from everyone. It's like, okay, don't do that. That's your trigger talking. Your trigger is trying to say, run, escape. And it's like, all you have to do is not that thing, and then you'll get clarity. And it's like, okay, I didn't cope. I didn't isolate when I wanted to isolate. I didn't go connect when I wanted to go connect. Out of, obviously, trying to fill a void. But, yeah, it's interesting how there's so many different perspectives to each side of those, because someone could be like, oh, well, no, that actually, for me, that would actually be a good thing to go do that. And it's like, yeah, we all experience such vastly different things, and that's beautiful. Like, if we're all experiencing the same thing as you right now, it'd actually be kind of weird, but yeah. Leading into the next part, just a question and just perspective. But when it comes to like good intentions, so Aimee helps with good intentions. She's the social media manager, head yogi, and just one of the big hearts that Good Intentions has, which for me, that's what matters most. It's not about what you do. It's how you show up, how you treat people. And I want to know why you show up the way you show up and like what drives you to show up in those ways, to show up and hold space and to like give to the community.
What drives me? I'm not even gonna lie. Lately, it's been like, or I think for a while, it's been like obligation.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I want to like show up for you. Like especially when you can't show up, I'm like, I will be there. I will lead. I will take charge.
Yeah.
And I'm like figuring out, like it's actually deeper than that. I actually do like before the hikes, I always dread the hikes. I'm not even gonna lie. For some reason, I dread the hikes, even though I love hiking. But then as soon as I get there and start hiking, I'm like, this is the best thing ever. I'm so happy I'm here. Like, God, I love the mountains. I love these people. Like, I always dread going, but then it's like, I don't know. I just have this voice in my head that's like, you just have to show up. Like, you have to go. Even though there's another voice that's like, I don't want to. It's like, that's not even a choice. Like, I'll never even entertain the thought of like, oh, I just won't show up today. Even if that voice is there, it's like, I acknowledge it, but it's like literally not an option for me not to show up. I don't know why. It's just not. Like, I just like, I will show up, even if I don't feel like it. And then I always am so glad that I did. And I feel like for a long time, it was like my dream to hold space and like have a community, like especially centered around yoga. Like I would teach my own yoga classes in my backyard and maybe get 2 or 3, maybe 4 people, but I still loved it.
Yeah.
And so like if that version of me could see me now, she'd be like, girl, why are you like stressed about dating? Like, why are you letting like boys and relationships like consume all of your energy and your focus? Like there's a version of me a past version of me that would see me now and be like, you are living my dream. Like the version of me that was like nannying and living alone and had no friends. Like if she saw me now, she'd be like, what do you mean you're sad about a boy? Like stand up. Like you like look at your life. You have so many friends. Like you always wanted friends. And like you have all these people that love taking your yoga classes. You get to like post about a hike and 20 to 40 people will show up and you could be friends with any of them. And like I get to like lead the mindfulness nights and like the yin yoga nights that we'll start doing. Like now I'm like really excited and amped. But I think I was like letting other things consume like my energy, you know, and like take my focus. And I'm always like, I feel like my brain is maybe just like addicted to problems. Like I love like being like, oh, poor me. I'm going through this. And I forget to like look at all the blessings in my life and to like see the things that I once like begged and prayed for and put on my vision board that are now true. But it feels so normal that I'm like not appreciating them. But I just need to like step back and like, look at everything that's come true that I wanted. Yeah. And it just gives me such good perspective. Like, okay, what is worth stressing over? What is worth my time and energy and focus? And now I like really want it to be the community and holding space and like showing up for people, because if you wouldn't have shown up every Sunday and created that space and held it, my life would not be what it is. And there's so many people who tell me like, I found you on Instagram and it changed my life. Like so many people, like, and I'm like, damn, that's me. Like, I did that. Like, it's not like personal, but like, I'm helping run the club. I'm making the posts. Like, I'm trying to capture the essence of it. I'm holding the space. It's felt almost like, well, yeah, I'm doing it because like, it's my job. It's an obligation and I love it. But like, for a moment, it like was just that. But now I'm seeing it as like, no, it changed my life, and it literally is like changing other people's lives too. And so now I just like want to tell everyone about it and have like get a lot of reach and like get people there, because they're like real people who need friends just like me. Like we're not any different. Yeah. I don't know if that answers your question. I just went on a long tangent, but
no, that answers it. And to your point about like not wanting to show up sometimes, but being like, I have to. It's funny because some people might look at that and be like, oh, you're not passionate about it. But what I've learned over the last 2 years of experiencing that over and over and over with so many of the events and so many of the Sundays of waking up and being like, dude, I wish I could just crawl into a hole and sleep all day and like just avoid responsibilities. But leadership, like to create something beautiful, you have to lead. And to lead, you have to take on responsibilities where it's like a parent. When I started the club, it was like I was committing to having a child. And then, you know, days where I'm tired and I'm exhausted and I didn't get enough sleep and the baby needs attention, it's like I can't just be like, well, I'm going to go and run away and hide from all my responsibilities. It's like, no, even when I don't want to show up, I show up. And then when you do show up, you're like, oh, I understand why I'm showing up again. This is beautiful. Getting to hold my baby is beautiful. Getting to see the club turn into what it is and see it change people's lives and see you here. Like, okay, me showing up is the reason you're here. Me showing up is the reason someone doesn't take their life. Me showing up is the reason someone falls in love.
Yeah.
Me showing up creates that. It's not an ego thing of like, oh, I did that, I'm the best. It's like everyone deserves that. I wanted that for so long. I'm in the same boat as you where I wanted friendship, like deep friendship and deep community and love from so many people. And I wanted a place to go where I could just be myself and I could play and I could be goofy and I could all these things. And for me, it's like if I don't show up, someone else doesn't get that now. Like my life is very full, where if the club magically disappeared, my life would still be really beautiful.
Yeah, same.
But I would also be like, oh, that sucks that I get this and other people don't.
Yeah.
That my life is so full and I have all these great friends and someone that's sitting alone on their bed, sitting on their phone on a Sunday doesn't get to experience this. And all it takes is me showing up and like keeping my heart open, showing up when I don't want to, showing up when I'm tired, when I'm drained, when I didn't get enough sleep. Like it's always worth it. Same with every Sunday. Every Sunday I've shown up and been like, I'm exhausted. And the day ends, I'm like, that was amazing. And I always talk to at least one person who genuinely is like, no, I'm so grateful that I found this. I'm grateful I'm here. I'm grateful that like there's somewhere for me to go. And I'm like, even if it was only you and like 2 other people that showed up, I would show up because you deserve it.
Yeah.
And everyone deserves it. Like, that's why, like, the world needs more leaders who are willing to sacrifice their own, like, desires sometimes, where it's like, sometimes, yeah, I do want to not do it. When you're a part of the group, you can just be like, I don't want to show up today.
Yeah.
And guess what? The group continues. But when you are at the top and you start becoming, like, stepping into leadership, you can't just not show up. That's not an option anymore. It's like to create something beautiful, sacrifice has to be made. And so I've been really grateful that you, because I felt that. I was like, I need to reach out to Aimee and talk to her about that because I could feel it. But I also realized that it was like, no, Amy's going to become a leader and it's only going to strengthen her ability to hold space and to create and to show love to people and also just confidence in yourself. Like when you step into motherhood, you're going to know responsibility like the back of your hand. You'll be like, I've shown up when I didn't want to. I've held space for large groups of people, for all these different types of energies when I didn't want to, or I felt like I couldn't, and yet I still did. And when that time comes, whether it's partnership, friendship, all of it, it's like you're only deepening your capacity to hold space and love. Which for me, I'm like, the world just needs more people like that. So like the more leaders there are who can create, hold space, show up when they don't want to, sacrifice beautiful things for something greater, that's going to create wonderful things. And that's, for me, that's how the club is going to keep growing. Like, especially because I know I can't show up to literally everything forever.
Yeah.
For it to expand, that's impossible. So I'm like, okay, if Aimee doesn't show up, then it would show whether you have the capacity to be a leader or not. And I believe everyone has the capacity.
Totally.
Everyone needs to be given the chance and if everyone has someone that like believes in them and supports them and like kind of just like holds their hand and walks with them, it's like, hey, you've got this. I know you have it. And if you struggle or if you fall, like, I'm not going to like berate you and beat you up and like just like talk down to you. I'm going to be like, no, you've got this. Get back up. Let's keep going in that direction. Like, you're going to kill it. You're going to be a great leader. You're going to be a great space holder. Like, all of those things. And for me, that's what I saw in you. I was like, no, Aimee, you've naturally, like, since the day I met you, and I don't know if you've always been this way or not, but your ability to hold space and to make people feel safe and like allow them to be vulnerable from zero judgment. I've never gotten any judgment from you ever, from hearing you talk about other people or just like seeing how you react to me being vulnerable. It's always been safety. And so for me, I was like, okay, Aimee's going to turn into a wonderful, wonderful space holder and leader. So I feel honored that we get to work together, we get to create together, and we get to really just bring love to people. Like, there's no better thing that I think we could do. And like finding all the different ways we get to do that
I know.
is going to continue to be beautiful. And yeah, so I'm excited to see where this energy leads for you specifically.
Yeah. Me
It's
too.
gonna be wonderful. Obviously most people don't know you. So
Yeah.
I want to give them a glimpse of like right up until Good Intentions. What did life look like? What were like pivotal moments in your life that changed you for better or for worse?
Okay. I'll tell a few, like, I guess, what is it from Inside Out? Is that the name?
Something
The
like
core memories or whatever. So growing up, I danced. And I started to like, so the first year I auditioned to be on a competition team, I made like the lowest team. My best friend was on a team above me. And I was with girls who were like way shorter than me, way younger than me. I stuck out like a sore thumb. I was like, why am I on this team? I must be an awful dancer. But I like tried to make the most of it, but I still like felt like that really took a toll on my confidence. And I like didn't make the school dance team either. But I was like I still love dancing. I was like trying to still have confidence. And the next year I made the highest competition team. I got a solo in one of my group dances and I was on the school team and I would like get picked to have like special parts.
What
But
changed?
I think like I just like gave it my all. Like even though I was on the lowest team and I didn't make the school team in 8th grade, I still gave it my all. And like I was a little bit embarrassed that I was on the lower team, but like I just accepted it. And I was like, you know what? I love to dance, so I'm just going to make the most of this. Like I'm not on the ideal team. Our dances kind of suck. And I'm way taller. I stick out, but like, oh well, like whatever. I'm just going to like make the most of it. And then like I could have like given up. I could have been like, no, I'm not going to be on this team. I guess I just won't dance. Like I could have been like petty about it and just given up altogether. But I like kept going. And I think I was like really rewarded in 9th grade for that, like for not giving up. But I still like didn't have a lot of self-esteem. And my best friend was like every guy wanted her when we were in like 9th grade and in high school. It felt like every guy had a crush on her and like no one liked me. And so I just started to like compare myself to her a lot. And I like in high school, I didn't really have a lot of friends. She was like my best friend, but she had a boyfriend and she started to like hang out with him more than me. And I like didn't know how to make new friends. I don't know. I mean, it was probably me, but also like I grew up in Alpine. I went to Lone Peak, which is like a very cliquey school. And I just didn't feel like I belonged there, honestly. I just did not feel like I fit in. I didn't want to be friends with any of the people there. Like I just felt like an outcast. And I don't know how much of that was like real and how much of it was in my head, but like that was the reality. And so entering high school, I was like trying to find my place. And I was like kind of bouncing from different friends. There was this one girl who had like really crazy ADHD and I would like, she had so much energy and then I would shut down with her. And I remember one time we were like on the bus together and she was like, "You're so boring. Why can't you be fun? You're so boring." Just because I was like being quiet and just like sitting. And I was just like, oh my God, like dagger to the heart. I'm boring. Like shit, no one's going to want to be my friend if I'm boring. So I just like took on these like identities, like I'm boring. I'm not a good dancer. Guys don't like me. Like I just like found all this evidence to like hate myself and to have low self-esteem. And then the very beginning of high school, I was like in this friend group with these guys. My best friend's name is Mikkel, I'll just say it. And I just kind of like went where she went. Like I didn't make friends of my own. If she had friends that she would invite me, I was just kind of like following her and like clinging to her friendship because it was the only one that I like really had that I liked. And then we like became friends with this group of boys, and they would just like slightly bully me. Like I was vegan at the time, and they would just call me like that vegan bitch. And I was like, okay, now I can't even like care about animals and be vegan because I'm gonna get made fun of.
Yeah.
And there was one day where I was at my friend's house and I like was on my period and I was bleeding through. And so I quietly asked her like, can I get a pair of shorts? I'm leaking. Like, this is so embarrassing. And I didn't think that anyone knew. But then the next day at school, I'm like walking down the hall and random people are calling me fruit punch. And like everyone knows about me like having a period and like bleeding. And like, but when you're like 15 and all you care about is like people's opinion of you and especially boys' opinion of you, like that just like shattered me. Yeah. And then I had this, I'm like going off now. Then I had this boyfriend that I really liked. And one of his friends was like sitting next to me in seminary, and he was on the football team. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna name drop everyone. He's like, Gavin was like in the boys' locker room before football, and all the guys were like, oh, Gavin, you have a girlfriend? Like, what is she like? Is she hot? And he was like, yeah, but she has a lot of acne. And I had terrible acne in high school. God. And so just hearing that, I was like, fuck, like, I have bad acne, I'm vegan, I have a period, like all these things that are just like it felt like just who I was, like just naturally existing on the earth, like I was just gonna get made fun of. Yeah. Like I think that's where like my shame and self-hatred really came from. Was like, fuck, I'm just like existing. Like I'm just me, and it's not acceptable. And I'm getting made fun of. And I'm looking around like no other girl is getting bullied. Like there's just something wrong with me. Yeah. And so then I was like, what can I do to like feel better about myself? And I decided being really skinny, maybe people will like start to notice me. Maybe like that'll give me confidence. Maybe that'll like be my thing. Like I'll just like be anorexic and be like skinny as fuck. So I started to like starve myself. And then I developed this starve binge cycle where I would like starve myself for a few days. And then I used to think it was binging at the time. Now looking back, I'm like, no, that was like a regular portion of food. Mm-hmm. But to me, it felt like binging because I was like starved and I was like eating so fast and it felt so out of control, but like my body needed it. Yeah, I just entered this starving and binging cycle, which is perpetuates the shame because it's like, oh, I can't even like successfully starve myself. Like I'm such a failure. Like I can't even be anorexic. I'm just like starving myself, or I keep binging. But I was like convinced that not eating and being skinny would like make me feel better. Obviously it didn't. Yeah. But it just like I just became obsessed, and then I isolated myself and like rarely hung out with people. I went to one school dance that a guy asked me to, and I had so much anxiety. My mom gave me her anti-anxiety meds right before the dance, and I like fell asleep at dinner. And then all his friends were like, dude, your date's asleep, like that sucks. And I was like, fuck, I feel so bad. I like ruined this guy's experience, but I didn't even want to go to this stupid dance. Like, yeah, I really struggled in high school. So that's like high school Aimee. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to college and everything is going to be better. Like college is going to change my life because my mom told me it would. And then I graduate in 2020. So everything shut down. My first year in college, I went to Utah State and it was just completely shut down. And I had I starved myself for a few years, but then I decided like I didn't have my period. And so I was like, I know I'm like ruining my health by doing this, and like I know I want to have kids, so I like gained some weight back to be at like a healthy weight, but then I still was like hating my body and trying to lose weight and just like beating myself up. So I went to college. The first year was not great, but my second year got better. I got a job at Olive Garden and I started to like make friends, and I like got a girlfriend. I was lesbian in college. I identified as a lesbian. not anymore. But I like got a girlfriend and had friends, and like I did a lot better my second year. But then I think I like was still afraid of like vulnerability and like getting too close. And I still was like convinced that like no one actually liked me. Like no one actually wanted to be my friend. Like even though I had friends and they wanted to be close to me, I was like, there's no way. Like they don't actually want to be my friend. So I still like distanced myself and had walls up and like wasn't fully able to like connect with them. And I think it got to a point where I was like, I can see these friendships deepening and I can see myself like really being comfortable here, and that like terrified me. So I was like, I'm gonna leave for the summer, do yoga teacher training in Salt Lake, and then I'll like go back to school in the fall. But I think deep down, like I knew I wouldn't go back to school. But I left college, moved to Salt Lake, did my teacher training, met a boy who's from California, and I just like fell in love with him, and I was like, I'm gonna move to California and we're gonna have a great life together. And then it just didn't work out with him. And that was like, it took me months to get over him, like maybe even a year. I was just like, I had like built my identity around like being with him and living in California. So like that was my identity. And then when it didn't work out with him, I literally was like, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want. My entire life has fallen apart. Like I'll never recover. Like I did not think I would ever get over him or recover. And then I just kind of was like floating and like didn't really have a lot of friends. And then the year before Good Intentions, I was like a full-time nanny, which I liked, but I also was like, okay, I miss like being around people my age. Like I miss having friends. I can't just be raising this 2-year-old. Like it's so lonely. And then I quit last August and came to Good Intentions. And I had started to like crack open. I felt like I don't even think you know this, but I started a YouTube channel last summer. And I was just like vlogging and making random videos. Yeah. And then one of them, it was called I'm Lonely. It was just like a vlog. It got like 20,000 views. And I was like, holy shit, like people are watching me. Like that's so scary. I'm like, there was a part of me that was like afraid of being seen, but also I was like, wait, this is so cool. And I'm getting these subscribers and like people are actually like interested in me and they care about me and like want to see what I'm up to. Like it was like, yeah, it was really cool. And I felt like it helps me like accept myself more. Like filming yourself and then editing it and then posting it is like, you will like see yourself in a very different way. Like you'll see your mannerisms, you'll see the things you like miss out on. You'll like critique yourself for things. It's just like it's like a mirror. And so I feel like that helped me like develop a lot of self-esteem. And then showing up at Good Intentions, I was like, I felt like I had like been, like I was like a baby. And I was just like so curious about like the world. And I was just kind of like had decided like, okay, I'm going to enter this like acting like I know nothing. Like I don't know how to make friends. I don't know what this is going to bring. I'm just going to like let this be like a clean canvas. And like, I'm just going to let it come as it is. And I'm so glad I entered with that mindset because I feel like I wouldn't be here without that mindset. I'm just like letting it happen to me.
Yeah. What do you feel like you are grateful for that you stepped into like uncomfortable situations, like Good Intentions? Looking back, like what would you say to past you, just from like a proud standpoint? Like I'm proud of you for doing that. I'm proud of you for like stepping into that fear, whatever it may be.
I would say I'm proud of you for staying. The first 2 weeks, like before I taught, I would go with my friend Emily, and she would always leave, like after the connection and the food. And I was like, I could leave, or I could like stay and see what happens. And so I'm proud of myself for staying that second week. And I'm proud of myself for continuing to show up even when it felt hard too. Like especially this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Yeah, I would just say I'm proud of myself for continuing to show up. Like even back in January. Like January was a really interesting month for me because I was like, I don't know what direction my life is going in. Like, I thought it could have been, like, with the person.
Yeah.
But then I would, like, let, kind of, like, watch that, like, fall apart in a way. And then I was like, okay, what do I want? Where's my life going to go? Like, I'm proud of myself for, like, just letting that be, like, uncomfortable and weird and hard, because it was. Like, especially on my birthday, which is January 3rd.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so lonely and, like, just weird. And, like, I just, like, also, like, New Year energy is always, like, really interesting and weird. My birthday's, like, right at the beginning of the year, which is, like, it's always, like, weird for me. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just proud of myself for still showing up even when, like, things felt weird.
Yeah.
Or it felt like I couldn't, you know?
Which is beautiful. I led you here. Which
Yeah.
is magic. Like, it's magic when you keep showing up.
I know there's so many, like, moments in the past. Like, if she could see me now.
She'd be pretty proud.
Yeah, and shocked and, like, damn, I don't even recognize you, but I love that.
Yeah.
I love that I don't, because I knew I wanted to change. And I feel like I've made a lot of changes that I wanted to, but, like, didn't know how I would.
Yeah, and every time you change and you look back, it's like, oh, that was so much better than what I had planned.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I wanted to change, but, like, I had my own idea and version of what that looked like, and my life is vastly different than I would have ever pictured. And I'm like, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, I'm so grateful that, like, whatever was in store for me was different. Because I actually, like, if you changed based on where you wanted to go and you changed exactly how you wanted it looked exactly how you wanted, there'd be no surprise to life. It'd literally be like watching a movie that you know the plot from the beginning. You're like, this is going to happen, and then this, and then this. And, like, it's like, okay, well, what's the purpose of experiencing
Yeah, it's all about the journey.
Yeah, like, I love a good surprise. Who doesn't?
Yeah. And I feel like if you knew exactly how to change and, like, become the person, you would already be them. But part of it is, like, you don't know the how.
Yeah.
Like, you set your sights on something and you don't really know the how, but you're committed to the end. And then you just let the how unfold.
Yeah.
And let it surprise you.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay. We'll end with, I want you to just give a message to the world. What do people need to hear right now?
What route do I take this? I think, like, it's okay to just be your full messy self. Like, every single part of you is okay. The part of you that, like, wants attention, the part of you that seeks validation, the part of you that wants to hide, the part of you that's insecure. Like, we're just, like, such multifaceted beings. So, like, don't put yourself in a box. Like, let yourself be how you are. And I think a lot about death and, like, we're just living to die. And that sounds, like, morbid and scary, but I feel like it helps you, like, be way more present and accepting. Like, what if this was your last day? How would you spend it? What would you be thinking and doing? Like, how present would you be? Like, how would colors look? How would music sound if you knew it was, like, your last time experiencing it? This is kind of all over the place message, but
I think people need to hear all of that.
yeah. What else? I'm just working on living my life for myself. And I think if we all did that, the world would still be, like, 50-50. Like, it would still suck sometimes and be great sometimes. But I think there would be a lot less, like, inner turmoil if we just, like, could live the life that we wanted to live.
Yeah. Most people from childhood want to live a life of, like, peace and love and connection. And the only way to get there is by doing you and, like, sitting with you, making time for you, having a relationship with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, if the whole world did that, if everyone started to just sit with themselves and feel their feelings and be honest about like what is the life that I dreamed about as a child and just even as a teenager. Not what life was I handed or what life did I settle for, what was the only available life. It's like, no, what did you dream about? Did you dream about a love with a partner that like was magical? Did you dream about abundance where you could go try anything and do anything and travel anywhere? And it's like, it all comes down to just sitting with yourself, like, which sounds crazy to so many people. It sounds illogical that sitting with your feelings can result in massive financial abundance, in a beautiful relationship, in amazing friendships and community. And I'm like, no, I can only speak for myself, but like I am evidence that if you just sit with yourself, you don't really need to change a ton of exterior things. You change in here and you like process and let go, and the world around you just starts changing. Like,
Yeah, because like you can only ever experience you.
yeah.
Like you are creating your reality. You are just with you. Even when you're with other people, like it's still just you. So like what is your relationship with yourself? That is the most important thing because you're always only ever going to be with you.
Yeah. No matter how many kids you have, no matter who you marry, like your partner, you can have a beautiful relationship. You can have an amazing relationship with your kids, but it is still just you.
It's your creation. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, guess what? If your relationship with you is bad and negative, your relationships around you will feel negative. Even if they're inherently beautiful, you will project that negativity onto the relationship and say, they feel this way, I feel this way, it feels this way. When in reality, like, if you sit with yourself and build a beautiful relationship, it's like, now my lens is pretty positive and loving. And now my friendships all seem pretty positive and loving. My relationship seems pretty positive and loving. Like, yeah, it all comes down to you. So if you're watching this, which...
Love yourself.
Please love yourself.
Sit with yourself.
Feel your feelings. And yeah, you deserve to experience all the beautiful things in life. And it comes down to whether you just believe you deserve it and whether you're willing to sit with the hard feelings that block you from living that life.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, the very last message I want to share.
One more message.
What? There is a belief that is guiding your life. Like there's a sentence that is controlling your life whether you know it or not. And for a lot of people it's like, I don't, like this is all I deserve. So they settle for things they don't really want, but they think it's all they deserve. So figure out what sentence is controlling your life. Mine was always like, I'm not worthy enough for this. Like, I don't deserve the things I want. And then I would find evidence for that. Like, your brain just wants to be right. So whatever belief you have, your brain's going to go and search for evidence to, like, support that belief.
Yeah.
So figure out what sentence is controlling your life. Like, I don't belong. I don't deserve it. I'm not smart enough. I'm not capable enough. Like, what is the belief that's holding you back? And is it valid? Do you want to believe it? Do you want to let it hold you back? Like, when I got bullied in high school, like, these boys bullied me. I'm not worthy because these boys have an opinion of me. Is that a valid, like, reason? Like, do I want to let that be the reason why I don't, like, love myself or believe in myself because some boys have some thoughts about me? Like, I just realized how silly that was.
Yeah. Especially when you realize that, like, other people have those beliefs and other people are feeling hurt and isolated and alone. And, like, once you realize that, like, a loving person would not treat you that way, a loving person would probably, regardless of what you believe, they would show you that you deserve love. And yeah, at the end of the day, what life do you want to live? For me, I'm like, I want to live a life where I believe that I'm worthy of all of the love, all of it. Like, every ounce of love that I could experience in this life, I believe that I'm worthy of it. I believe that magic is real, that, like, law of attraction is real. I believe the universe and God is a very real, sentient thing that, like, can be felt and experienced, and it cares and it loves me, and I'm very much a part of it. And this life is not some awful, awful thing. This life is actually pretty magical, and I would rather live that way. And it's funny because I get evidence to support that all day, every single day. And most people are like, oh, that's just coincidence. That's this. And I'm like, you're getting evidence that supports your belief. I could say the same thing. It's coincidence that that person treated you that way. And it aligns with the fact that you don't believe you're worthy of love. That's not evidence, that's just coincidence. So the same thing that you can use to fight the like belief that life is beautiful and magical can be used against your own belief system. And it's like, once again, you get to choose. What do you want to believe? So yeah, one thing, what do you want to believe? And what type of life would it lead you to is the question.
Yeah.
And a positive, loving belief is going to lead to a beautiful life. A negative one is going to lead to a sad life.
Yeah.
And that's that. So grateful for you guys who watch this.
Yes.
Much love. We hope you have a beautiful day, and go spread some love and some kindness out in the world because people need it. Past version of me needed it. I still need it. Past version of Aimee needed it. Aimee still needs it, and the world needs it. So go show up in kindness, show up in love, be yourself, and yeah, love yourself.
Amen.
Amen. Beautiful.
Was it filming the whole time? Did the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. That felt so good.
Yeah.